It actually happened. And it starts off, Tony Stark is on the ship, he's adrift in space, he's out of food, he's out of water. He's sending a message to Pepper Potts, or at least recording it on his Iron Man helmet, which made me think one thing. Did Nebula just totally bail? Did she leave me there to die? Nebula was there with him, right? Like, that's how I remember it. Now I'm second guessing myself. That's the ultimate, like, hey, can I get a ride with you? And then you can actually give them a ride, but you're like, no, I can't, I gotta go. And then you just leave, but you know they're gonna be all right. It's like that, only you leave and you know they're probably gonna die. That's a pretty dick move, Nebula. I'm just saying. There's a reason Gamora was Thanos' favorite. You see Hawkeye. Hawkeye is back. He has this look in his eyes like, yeah, my family totally fucking disappeared right in front of my face. Oh god, I just thought of something dark. Tony Stark recording that message on his Iron Man helmet for Pepper Potts. What if Pepper disappeared? What if he gets back and they're like, no, she's gone. She was part of the unlucky 50%. Nice message though, Tony. Really came from the heart. My concern, or at least thought, is Thanos gonna be in this movie at all? Like, you see a shot of him with his glove because he's hanging out in his utopic man cave he's created. He's hanging out in his paradise. But like, does he need to be in this movie? I don't think he does. I imagine if he gets wind of them trying to undo what he did, he'd probably do that. Is he going to? Like, the fact that Thanos succeeded, I don't see a reason for him to be in this movie, really. And Thanos was the sweetest part of Avengers Infinity War. I don't know, it's just a thought I have. I'm gonna miss that dude. How do you up the scale? How do you make it better? Like, I don't expect this movie to be better than Avengers Infinity War, but I do want to see the damage control. I do want to see them try to undo what happened. Okay, I'm gonna address this. I'm gonna address the narcissism. Did Thanos make that shrine dedicated to him with his armor? Like, that's kind of dick. That's an egotistical move. You can talk about I'm wiping out 50% of life for the betterment of life, but in the end, someone with that kind of ego, nah, you just did it to do your thing, to make your mark on the universe. I'm actually surprised they show what they show at the end of this trailer, like Scott Lang being there. That kind of makes the post-credit scene in Ant-Man and the Wasp kind of null and void at this point. Then again, we knew he was gonna be fine. We knew he was gonna get out of there. Like, what? Is it just the end of Ant-Man now? No. So I suppose it's not a spoiler. It's a no shit scenario. What, you thought he was gonna be there forever? But the look on their faces when they're like, that's the front door. That's interesting. Because why are they so amazed that he's there? My thought on it is, I imagine it's because of the 50% thing. Even how Black Widow says it in this trailer. She's like, Thanos wiped out 50% of life. But what if it was a number that's not divisible by 2? Like, does it round up or round down? Now I gotta think about that. But I'm gonna assume it's exactly 50%. Like, in a world with nanotech, I'm pretty sure they can take a pretty accurate census of the world population. So let's assume it's exactly 50. But Scott Lang shows up. It's no longer exactly 50. It's 50% plus 1 now. So now they're like, it was 50% counting that you were part of it, but you dodged it. How? Then again, how is the 50% quantified? Is it quantified like every world has 50% of their citizens wiped out? Or is life from all worlds counted as 1 and it wipes out 50% of the collective? Example, if you have Earth and Alpha Centauri, is it 50% of Earth and 50% of Alpha Centauri counting as 50% of both? Or can it be 70% of Earth gets wiped out and 30% of Alpha Centauri counting as 50% of both? Or can you have nobody from Earth get wiped out and 100% of Alpha Centauri? Then again, that does hinge on the population of the two worlds and how they compare to each other. Like, 20% of Alpha Centauri could equal 100% of Earth. So if it goes on the cosmic scale like that, I guess that kind of flies in the face of going, oh, Scott Lang, you're here, you shouldn't be. You should be disappeared. So I don't know. Maybe they're just huge Ant-Man fans. Maybe they're really pumped that he's at their front door. I think Cap lost his beard to the snap. Like, his beard counts as a living life form in and of itself. It was just like, gone. And to be honest, a lot of people thought we were going to get this trailer earlier. I totally see why they waited this long for it. Again, I suppose that's comparatively waited this long per what you would expect. Like, I expected we would have gotten this trailer sometime in the summer. But waiting on it totally makes sense because they talk about what happens in Avengers Infinity War. Like, yeah, 50% of people disappeared. Spoiler alert, in case you didn't see that movie. Like, after a certain amount of time, you can talk about spoilers. Like, I could say Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's dad and not feel too bad about it. But talking about everybody disappearing in Avengers Infinity War, I'm still like, should I talk about that right now? But they do in the trailer because you kind of have to if you're going to address what they're doing now. So I get why this trailer didn't come out earlier than December. But in the end, this was a fine trailer, a fine treat to wake up to. I don't want a lot of trailers for this one. We're all going to watch it. Like, maybe one more trailer a month or two before the movie comes out. And after that, TV spots, sure. That's it. It's Avengers Endgame. What, you need a lot of trailers for Avengers Endgame? You don't think everybody's going to watch Avengers Endgame? You don't think everybody who's been along for the MCU ride's going to be there for Avengers Endgame, the culmination of the past 10 years of their MCU cinematic experience? You don't need a lot of trailers for this one. I felt like this one showed exactly what we needed, what we wanted to see, and that's it. All right, so the trailer for Avengers Endgame. It's a great title too. Like Doctor Strange said, this is the Endgame. Good callback, throwback, full circle moment in the title. But anyhow, what did you think of the trailer? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.